A long time ago, in a faraway land, a legendary warrior known only as the Lone Wolf wanders a path less traveled. As a lone wolf, he has no master to serve, no clan to protect, and no bushi to call his own. But this is not because he's alone, but because he has no need for any of them. He is the ultimate samurai, living by the laws of the samurai, bound by the Bushido code. And though he may be alone, he is never lonely. For the lone wolf has his katana, a katana forged in the fires of Mount Ibuki. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be discussing 5 facts about the blade of the samurai, the katana. Number 5, the creation of each katana took weeks or even months. Unlike their European counterparts who favored mass production and the use of interchangeable parts, Japanese swordsmiths took pride in their craft. They saw the creation of a katana not as an assembly line process, but as an art form. From the selection of the raw materials to the final polishing, every step was done by hand, ensuring that each katana was a unique masterpiece. This care and attention to detail is reflected in the quality of the finished product. A well-crafted katana could last for centuries, passed down through generations as a family heirloom. In fact, some of the most famous katanas in history are still in existence today, their blades having been sharpened and honed for hundreds of years. The process of making a katana was also a highly skilled one. Swordsmiths were trained for years in the traditional techniques, and their swords were in high demand. In fact, during the Edo period, when the samurai were at the height of their power, there was a thriving industry of swordsmiths across Japan. They were so numerous that many specialized in different aspects of the sword-making process. Some smiths were experts in forging the blade, while others were skilled in the art of polishing and etching. 4. The blade's curve was created during the quenching process. If you ever see a katana in person, you'll notice that the blade is curved, which helps to concentrate its cutting ability to deliver a quick, deep cut. But did you know that this curve was actually created during the quenching process? When the katana was being forged, the blade would be heated and then plunged into a water or oil to cool it down. This process, known as quenching, hardens the steel and makes it more durable. But it also causes the blade to warp slightly, creating the distinctive curve. Interestingly, the curve of the katana blade is not uniform. It's actually steeper at the tip of the sword and gradually becomes less curved as you move towards the handle. This is intentional and helps to give the katana its unique cutting ability. The curve of the katana is not just a result of the quenching process. It's also influenced by the shape of the mold that the sword is forged in. The mold is a wooden or metal form that the molten steel is poured into, and it gives the sword its overall shape. The mold for a katana blade is typically longer and narrower at the tip than it is at the handle, which helps to create the desired curve. Overall, the curve of the katana blade is a result of a complex interplay between the quenching process, the shape of the mold, and the skill of the swordsmith. Number 3, the steel was folded up to 20 times for strength and flexibility. One of the most important qualities of a katana is its strength and flexibility. The steel had to be able to withstand the rigors of combat without breaking or bending. To achieve this, the swordsmiths used a process known as folding, which involved heating and hammering the steel over and over again. This process aligned the grains of the steel, making it stronger and more flexible. The more the steel was folded, the stronger and more durable the katana would become. However, there was a limit to how much folding could be done. If the steel was folded too much, it would become brittle and more likely to break. The ideal number of folds for a katana blade is between 7 and 13. But some swordsmiths have pushed the limits and folded the steel up to 20 times. This is a testament to the skill and knowledge of the Japanese swordsmiths. They knew exactly how much folding was needed to create a strong and flexible blade without making it brittle. The process of folding the steel was not only a test of the swordsmith's skill, but also of their patience. Each fold required careful heating and hammering, and the process had to be repeated over and over again. But the results were worth it. A well-folded katana blade was not only strong and flexible, but also beautiful. The different layers of steel created a unique pattern in the blade that was highly prized by the samurai. Number 2, the smaller blade, the wakizashi, was a constant companion to the katana. While the katana was the larger, more imposing of the two swords carried by the samurai, the wakizashi was a smaller, more delicate blade that was equally important. The wakizashi was typically worn at the small of the back, below the katana, and was easily drawn when needed. The wakizashi was not just a backup weapon. It was a tool that was used for a variety of purposes. It could be used for more precise cuts, such as when an enemy was trying to flee or when a samurai was trying to avoid spilling too much blood. Additionally, the wakizashi was used for more ceremonial purposes, such as when a samurai was performing a ritual to show respect to his ancestors or to the gods. The wakizashi was also used as a backup weapon if the katana was broken or lost in battle. In fact, the loss of one's katana in battle was considered a great dishonor. Therefore, the samurai would do everything in his power to avoid losing his main blade. But if it was lost or broken, the samurai would rely on his wakizashi to defend him. The combination of the two swords made the samurai a formidable opponent on the battlefield. The katana was a powerful weapon that could end a fight quickly, but if the situation called for it, the samurai could rely on the wakizashi to back him up. Number 1. A katana was a symbol of honor and status, and losing one could mean losing one's life. For a samurai, his katana was more than just a weapon. It was a symbol of his honor and status. In fact, the katana was considered to be the soul of the samurai. It was said that a samurai who lost his katana had lost everything. The katana was not only a tool of war, it was also a work of art. The blade was carefully crafted and decorated with intricate designs that symbolized the samurai's clan or personal crest. The hilt of the katana was wrapped in leather or silk, and the scabbard was made from wood or metal. It was an expensive and time-consuming process to create a katana, and only the most skilled craftsmen were entrusted with the task. The samurai who owned a katana was a member of the elite class of Japanese society. He was a warrior poet, philosopher, and artist all in one. The katana was a symbol of the samurai's dedication to the way of the warrior, and it was worn with pride and dignity. Losing one's katana in battle was a sign of great dishonor. In fact, a samurai who lost his katana was often challenged to a duel by his opponent. If he refused to fight, he would be considered a coward and stripped of his rank. But if he accepted the challenge and lost the duel, he would be forced to commit suicide. The katana was so important to the samurai that it was even passed down as an heirloom. When a samurai died, his katana was given to his son or another close relative. This ensured that the family's honor and status were maintained, and that the katana would continue to be used for generations to come. The katana wasn't just a sword. It was a legacy, a symbol of honor and a reflection of the samurai's way of life. What other aspects of Japanese culture are you interested in learning about? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more echoes of the past. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious. See you soon.